This is a comprehensive guide to selling stock footage online. I spent way longer than I care to admit, reading, watching, listening to every source I could find about stock video and digested it into what I think are the best tips for approaching selling stock footage. This is for beginner filmmakers as well as professionals. I'll also provide all the links and resources that helped me come to this conclusion. Disclaimer, I'm not an expert at this, but I run an online course teaching time-lapse and hyper-lapse photography, and I thought that this would be something my students are interested in, and with COVID-19 giving me an abundance of time, I wanted to give them some advice. Do with it what you want. We're gonna cover what's the best site for me to upload to, the reality of stock photo, spoiler, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, what I use and what I would recommend, a brief overview of how to get started, commonly asked questions that I see and tips about what sells, information from the research that I actually found helpful, and lastly, pro tips for speeding up your editing workflow from a Premiere Pro guru, literally. So what are the best sites for selling stock footage? It appears Shutterstock, Pond5, and Adobe Stock are highly rated. I asked in groups specifically for time-lapse, hyperlapse, and was recommended Blackbox, Film Supply, Rocket Stock, and Nimia. After research, I came to the conclusion Blackbox is the best platform all around simply because you upload it to Blackbox and it distributes your footage to Shutterstock, Pond5, and Adobe Stock, which is a huge time saver as you don't have to do the whole process for each site. Now, if you're a commercial videographer or have libraries of high quality, diverse footage that is curated, the choice seems to be Film Supply or Artlist. They offer more money per clip, go after a higher quality customer. However, you need to be of a higher quality videographer. They have an application portion of their site. It does appear that Film Supply will do all the keyboarding and descriptions for you, which is awesome because that'll save you time. Keywording and descriptions is what you have to upload for every clip. It's time consuming. I hate it. I think it's the #1 thing that stopped me from uploading clips. So that is a big benefit to Film Supply. But this is also a huge benefit to Blackbox because Blackbox has a curation service, allowing you to just upload clips and assign other Blackbox members to do the description and keywording for you. Hell, if you wanted, you could even upload untreated clips and have people color correct and do the keywording for you, which again saves you time to do other things. I have to say the 80-20 rule is going to apply here. For 80% of us, Blackbox is the clear and obvious choice. It's flexible, distributes your clips to multiple outlets. For those of you who are the 20% of the world in filmmaking, it's still a great choice, but more boutique options like Film Supply or Artlist are available. But here's the big kicker that everybody's missing. You still own all of your footage. There's literally nothing stopping you from uploading to Blackbox and other platforms. So worrying about which one is better is kind of a moot point. The answer is yes. Should I upload to Blackbox? Yes. Should I upload to Film Supply? Yes, if they accept you. What about VideoHive? Yes. What about yes? The answer is yes. If you can't tell by the delivery of this video, I value time, therefore I like Blackbox because it's a 4-for-1. And as I understand it, Blackbox is always going to partner up with other sites when it makes sense. All right, so the reality of stock video, it will not make you rich. 500 clips is not enough to sell. The general consensus seems to be 1,500 clips is like a minimum threshold to generate a steady-ish income of perhaps $100 to $400 a month. But more realistically, you're looking at something like 2,000 to 5,000 clips. That is a lot of clips. The other reality is that even though you can mine your hard drives for old footage, unless you do a lot of professional work and have a wide variety of high quality clips on those drives, less than 5% is probably worth anything. You need to shoot with stock in mind. You're trying to fill gaps in the marketplace. Keep in mind, it's 2020. This isn't new. So if you went on vacation and just shot footage along whatever touristy activities you did, it's probably already been done before and better. Now, don't let that discourage you from getting started. Instead, let it encourage you to start, but just start thinking with stock in mind. It's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of hassle. Look at stock sites of locations you're going to or locations that you've already been and start to compare. If you have something to add that is missing from the market, upload it. If not, save yourself some time and move on. This is a slow burn. People who want to succeed at this long term are people who are going to keep this in mind going forward, uploading only the best clips that they have from this moment and reap the rewards in the future. It seems like once you hit 5,000 high quality, diverse clips, $20,000 a year isn't unreasonable. So now let's hop into what I've seen as the frequently asked questions about what sells. According to Pat, the creator of Blackbox, here's what he recommends selling. For selling stock footage, high quality and diversity are the basic requirements. After that, we're looking at aesthetic dimensions like novelty, rarity, surprise, beauty, thrill factor, humor, disgust, outrage, calmness, and so on. We'll make a huge difference in terms of chances for sales and repeat sales. In other words, be creative and do your very best work. To be blunt, don't waste your time shooting, processing, uploading anything that does not meet these criteria. I take the don't waste your time shooting, processing, and uploading as golden advice. Don't get offended by it. Take it as edit yourself. Don't just shoot for the sake of it and upload everything you shoot. You're gonna get burned out, hate the process, and quit. Just upload your very best clips. If it's only 5, it's only 5. The consensus is 5 awesome clips are infinitely better than 1,000 crappy clips. Another video I found informative was by Indie Mogul, link in the description, who brought on someone who does this as a large chunk of their income. He mentioned the best-selling stock footage is aerials of cities from a bird's eye view that can look like they're anywhere, aerials of cities that are location specific, and a surprise to both Indie Mogul and me, he said time lapses no longer sell as well because sliders made static time lapses obsolete. Sucks for me, but he did say hyperlapses are in great demand. That's great for me. Shameless plug, I run a course teaching how to do both time-lapse and hyperlapse like a pro. Remember that you need high quality hyperlapses, not just flickered up, wobbly shots. They need to be smooth. Next shots that they recommend sell well are a variety of shots with people in different situations doing things. A group of people with diverse backgrounds is huge for the tech industry to show inclusiveness. And I'd reckon right now, different people at home working would be a great place to start shooting because this COVID-19 situation will be a historical thing that people are going to be talking about forever. Quick side note, because of COVID-19, so many people are uploading to stock sites that Blackbox can currently only handle 10 clips a day. So this will definitely return to normal, but remember, this isn't a get rich quick scheme. Quality tip, treat every shoot and every shot like it's a paying gig for a major ad agency. Location, composition, talent, props, wardrobe, makeup, hair, action, technical details, everything has to be on point. And this carries through the editing, post-production, metadata. How long should these clips be? 10 to 15 seconds. Watch any commercial or advertisement. They typically only use 1 to 4 seconds at a clip. Instead of a 30-second clip, break it up into 2 15-second clips. Here's stuff not to do. Do not upload shaky or jittery clips. Do not upload clips with noisy footage. Use lighting or denoising workflow. No cuts in your footage. There's got to be one continuous clip. Upload only the best part of your clip. Trim the beginnings and the ends of your clip. Practice your gimbal skills because if there's that gimbal wobble, don't submit it. Color treatments and color trends fade. Don't apply trendy LUTs or color grades. In a few months or years, it's going to look dated. A minimal edit with normal colors that pop will work best. Upload the highest quality dimension that you have. If it's 4K, upload 4K. It'll give clients the chance to download 1080, 720, etc. So there's no need to upload multiple times. Does 1080p sell? Yes. Apparently it's 95% of what sells. 4K is just a way of future-proofing your work. If I upload something to Blackbox, does that mean it's exclusive? No, you own it. You can still upload it elsewhere. It's not where Blackbox distributes it to. Here's some keyword and description info I found very helpful. Victoria Smith is a Blackboxer who created a mini course to doing descriptions and keywording. It's got great tips. It's definitely worth a watch. Whether you're interested in doing the descriptions and keywords for yourself or you want to have someone else do it for you, at least you know what they should be doing. She goes way more in detail, but practices should include creating a description that is 70 characters, answers who, what, where, when, and how. For example, who is in the shot, where is it shot, what is happening in the shot, how was it shot. For example, this clip might be a 30-year-old man talks to the camera in his home office, medium shot in 4K. Hopefully that's okay, Victoria. When you're looking at a clip, don't overthink it. Write down your initial thoughts. For keywording, the first 10 keywords are weighted, so try and go in the order of relevance. And unlike Instagram, using all the keywords and hashtag isn't recommended. 30 keywords is apparently the sweet spot. The biggest way I looked at it was pretend all the stock footage in the world is on a single hard drive and you want to eventually access the clips that you're gonna upload 10 years from now. And there's gonna be a billion other clips in that same time. What info would you wanna put on that clip that's gonna help you find that exact clip? And if you can think like that, you're doing the right thing. Check out our course for more details. She's got cheat sheets and resources and it's great. So now let's talk about an efficient workflow for exporting clips in Premiere. I first learned how to edit in After Effects, which isn't the most efficient way to batch export clips for stock. So I'm gonna have my friend Chris Olson, a Premiere Pro guru, explain what we believe is the most efficient way to set up your projects in Premiere and bulk export individual clips once they are trimmed.
All right, the very first thing you need to do is have a very well organized project. Personally, I would recommend having one big Premiere Pro project that you import all of your stock footage into. This gives you one central place that you can work with all of your stock footage and not have to hunt it down from projects and then forgetting which shot that project was from. Once you've got your project set up, I would recommend creating bins and staying very organized. So as you can see, I have one for my sequences, footage, graphics, audio, and nests, and we'll get to nests later. You don't really need graphics and audio, but that's always in all of my templates, so that's why it's here. If we were to open footage, you can see I have all of these different categories, and these were categories I was trying out at first, but you can try whatever works for you. If sorting it by project type works better for you, then great. Now, the next thing I would recommend doing is working in batches. Instead of working on a bunch of different timelines and a bunch of different clips, I would recommend making one batch, working on all those clips and uploading that batch. So what I mean is you can see I have a sequence here called batch 001. So all the clips that I want to work on today, I'm gonna put them all on one timeline and work with all of those and then upload all of those. So on my timeline here, I've already got the clips done that I wanna work on for this batch. And now what I would recommend doing is nesting them. And this will help speed up the export process. So highlight the clip, right click, and then nest, or you can use the keyboard shortcut. That's the way I prefer to do it. And then give this shot, a description or name, whatever helps you remember what it is. Once you've got that, go ahead and click OK, and this is going to generate a nest. And then go ahead and nest the rest of your shots. All right, once you've got all of your shots nested, the next thing I would recommend doing is opening your nest folder. And in here, I have put dates. And this is where I'm going to put all of the batches that I worked on. So this timeline was batch 001, and we are currently in the month April. So I'm gonna make another folder and call this batch 001 and put all of my nests inside of here. This helps keep things organized and easier to reference later. So now once you've got all of your clips organized and they're all nested, you're gonna highlight all of the nests, right click, and then come down to export media. This is going to pull up a dialog box for all of your stock footage. Depending on where you're uploading, they may have specifications of the export settings they want you to use, but generally QuickTime and then Apple ProRes 422 is plenty fine for upload. Once you've got those settings checked, make sure all of this is set to based on source, because what this will do is it will base all of the settings it needs to export based on what your timeline settings were. So if you properly edited your clip, everything should be fine and you should be good to go. Now you can go ahead and click Q, and this will open Adobe Media Encoder. All right, so once you have all of your clips in Adobe Media Encoder, you can select all of the files in the list and then go under Output File and click any of the blue text. And this will allow you to specify where you want to save all of your files. For now, I'm just gonna do the desktop, and then you can go ahead and click Start. So there you guys go. That's how you can batch export all of your clips from your timeline. And if you want a reason as to why we do the nesting, it's because you can highlight all of them, click Export, and it will send all of them to the queue.
All right, so huge thanks to Chris for showing us an efficient way to do that. Check out Chris's course on Premiere. Just even a few of his tips has helped me turn edits that used to take me days into things that took me hours. Honestly, paying for itself in the first week. Definitely check that out. Whew, we covered a lot of stuff in a very short time, and there's probably more, but I feel like we nailed the biggest questions. Black box is the 80-20 rule in full effect, so I recommend that. You can absolutely make money selling your clips, but you're not gonna get rich from this overnight. Quality is king. Try to fill those market gaps. Expect to upload 1,000 clips before expecting results. Right there, that should tell you if this is something that you're interested in even trying. And that's all I got. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, saved you any time, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more. Happy shooting, and I'll see you next time.